Rangers must submit fairytale offer to land 20-goal beast as Boss sends clear transfer warning, a Premier League raid for our top striker, while David Moyes looks to steal a Rangers gem for Everton, a shock twist in the Coady saga, and wait until you hear who we've drawn next in the Champions League. It's opened door to the group stage like never before. This one's loaded from start to finish. Stay locked in. The name on everyone's lips, Dor Turgeman, just 21 years old, a goal machine who rattled in 20 goals and added 6 assists last season, and clearly high up Russell Martin's wish list as he looks to sharpen the front line before the serious stuff kicks off. But hold on, because there's a warning shot being fired. Maccabi Tel Aviv boss Žarko Lazetic has come out swinging, saying it'll take nothing short of a fairy tale offer to prize the Israeli striker away. He called Turgeman a football beast and made it crystal clear that £4 million just won't cut it. The real price tag, it's sounding more like £5 million or more, and even then, there's no guarantee. Now, Turgeman is said to fancy a move to the Scottish Premiership, and Rangers remain firmly in the race, but there's a catch, and it's a big one. The move hinges on exits. Specifically, Cyril Desires and Hamza Igamane may need to be moved on before any serious money can be spent bringing in another attacker. Russell Martin's been busy, no doubt. 8 new signings already, 4 loanies back through the doors, mate. But let's be honest, you and I both know that Rangers don't define a transfer window by signing midfielders and fullbacks. It's about that one statement striker, the kind of player who makes defenders sweat and gets you on your feet at Ibrox. And from the looks of it, Turgeman might just be that lad. But now, here's the question that needs asking, and I'll let you be the judge. Should Rangers really be splashing £5 or £6 million on a youngster who's never played outside Israel? Or are we risking falling for another overpriced wonderkid who'll crumble under the lights of Ibrox? You'll be smiling at this one, because Rangers have just been handed a golden chance in the Champions League qualifiers, and it's exactly the kind of news that gets the blood pumping at Ibrox. Russell Martin's first competitive match in charge is looming large, and what a way to start. Tuesday night under the lights, Ibrox bouncing, and Greek giants Panathinaikos coming to Glasgow for the first leg of this crucial European tie. It's not a walk in the park by any stretch, but there's serious motivation here. You beat them, and the path to the Champions League suddenly looks a whole lot more manageable. Now, here's where it gets tasty. UEFA have made the official draw for the next round, and if Rangers can dispatch Panathinaikos, they'll face either Victoria Plzeň of the Czech Republic or Swiss side Servette FC in the third qualifying round. No disrespect, but that's a far more favorable route than being lumped with Fenerbahce or Nice, who are also floating around in that pot. Let's call it what it is. This is a boost, a big one. Rangers have avoided some European bruises and landed a draw that gives real hope of pushing into the final playoff stage. That's just 2 more matches away from the league phase of the Champions League, and all the glory, revenue, and prestige that comes with it. And make no mistake, the money matters. Qualifying for the group stage would bring in tens of millions of pounds, and that kind of windfall transforms a transfer window. It could mean bringing in a proper striker, strengthening depth, and maybe even convincing 1 or 2 key names to stick around for the ride. But timing is everything, because the league's kicking off too, and there's still business to be done with both incomings and outgoings. Russell Martin's been talking the talk. Now it's time to walk the walk. These next few weeks could define the season and possibly his tenure. If Rangers don't make it past Panathinaikos with this kind of draw waiting on the other side, should Russell Martin be held accountable so early, or would that be far too harsh, considering it's his first real test? Here we go again. Another week, another club, circling around one of Rangers' top assets. This time it's Premier League side Everton, looking to test the waters with a move for Hamza Igamane, and the interest seems to be heating up fast. The Moroccan striker lit up Ibrox last season with 16 goals and 3 assists in his first crack at European football. At just 22, he showed strength, composure, and an eye for goal that's now got suitors queuing up, with David Moyes leading the pack. Yes, that David Moyes, who knows a thing or two about finding talent north of the border. He brought in the likes of Stephen Naismith and Nikita Jelavic during his previous stint at Goodison Park, and both were massive hits. Now, Moyes wants another Rangers frontman. Reports suggest Everton are preparing an offer after Lille stalled on matching Rangers' asking price, believed to be around 15 million euros. And while the French had agreed personal terms with Igamane ages ago, they've done little else since, which opens the door for Moyes to swoop in. Rennes are sniffing around too, but with Everton's Premier League pull and that Moyes connection, you'd think they've got a serious edge. Let's not forget Igamane was a revelation. Nobody expected him to adapt so quickly, and yet here we are, a year on, and he's being talked about as the next big export from Ibrox. He's even being lined up as a potential successor to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which tells you exactly how highly he's rated down south. But here's where things get complicated. Russell Martin's come out and said he wants to play both Igamane and Cyril Dessers together at times. He clearly rates them, and he's banking on their firepower for this Champions League run. So if one of them walks now, especially with Panathinaikos on the horizon and the season opener just around the corner, it leaves Rangers thin at the top end of the pitch, exactly where they need to be ruthless. Igamane's visa issues may have held him back in pre-season, but he's been grafting, and Martin is expecting big moments from him, which raises the question, if he leaves now, are we weakening the squad just as the biggest matches of the season begin? And now, for the real controversy, if Everton slap 15 million euros on the table for Igamane, should Rangers cash in and reinvest, or would selling him to a David Moyes side right before a Champions League run be a massive show of weakness? Right, here's the latest transfer tangle, and it's one that's bound to rile you up just days before a massive European night at Ibrox. Connor Coady, a name that's been floating around all summer as a top target for Russell Martin, looks no closer to pulling on the Rangers shirt. The 10-cap England international was pushing hard to make the switch in time for Tuesday night's showdown with Panathinaikos, but now it seems like the brakes have been slammed on, and not from the Rangers' end. It all comes down to Leicester City's new manager, Marti Cifuentes. After watching Coady in a 1-0 friendly win over Zala Egazegi, Cifuentes made it clear he's not in a rush to let the experienced centre-back go. In fact, he name-dropped Coady directly when praising the squad's application and leadership during their Austrian camp, saying he liked what he saw. That's not the kind of thing you say if you're ready to wave a player off to Glasgow. Now look, there's still some wiggle room in the UEFA squad list. 2 late additions can be registered up to 24 hours before kickoff, but the clock's ticking, and Leicester haven't even granted Coady permission to leave yet. The 32-year-old reportedly wanted to skip Leicester's pre-season tour entirely to finalize a move to Ibrox. Instead, he's stuck on a flight to Austria, while Rangers are trying to get the paperwork sorted before the deadline. Here's the real kicker. If he's not signed and registered in time for Tuesday, he also misses out on the second leg in Athens. That's 2 crucial fixtures without the very man brought in to steady the back line, bring leadership, and add some proper experience at the heart of defense. And while Rangers have options at centre-back, let's be honest, nobody brings the kind of voice, calm, and Premier League pedigree that Coady would offer. This move had all the signs of being a smart, timely addition. Instead, it's now looking like a drawn-out tug-of-war, and Rangers could be the ones paying the price if the deal drags past UEFA deadlines. So here's your talking point. If Connor Coady genuinely wants to come to Ibrox and Leicester are stalling, should Rangers walk away from the deal and focus on someone fully available? Or is this exactly the kind of battle we have to win to show we're serious about European ambitions? Comment below what you think about the news. Don't forget to leave a like on the video to help me out. I post videos every day talking about our Rangers, so if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on the latest news. See you soon.